Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for a max effort lower day. But a quick reminder for those of you who watch these videos, please remember to click like down below, it'd be greatly appreciated. Alright, first couple reps here. I was really unhappy with the depth. It was an issue of getting my footing. That was 445. I went up to 500 and it felt easy. But again, I realized my footing wasn't perfect. I've got to keep working on that. And I've got to get a little wider because I can't hit depth narrow. So it looked okay, but it's like, depth might have been a hair high. It's hard to tell from the front, but it felt light. It felt like a warm up. So I'm like, well, let me go ahead and get the footing wider, go up another 10 pounds. I went up to 510. For those curious trying to figure out the plate math, it's an 85-pound bar. Go to Titan's fitness site if you don't know what that bar weighs. It's an 85-pound bar. But notice that wider stance, toes out. I get depth easier. Now, it wasn't there long. There was no pause. But that was better. Happy with that. 510. And a few people said in the other thing, it looked like a warm-up. Looked like an opener. Yeah, I mean, it's good. We're good there. So question is, what can we do after a water cut? All right, decided today to pull the deadlift bar off a deficit because I think what I want to do a lot of deficit pulls for my LME work. I don't like a lot of bands and chains because I don't care about that overload and lockout. I don't believe in it, first of all. Okay, I don't believe in it, first of all. I don't believe in the concept of overload at lockouts. I think it's bullshit. I think it's based on human physiology or training response at all. It can be good for max effort variations, but outside of that, I don't believe in it outside of equipped lifters. I would rather do stuff that's the harder variations on the deadlift. Because, what do I do with the deadlift? When I pulled that 625 at that charity event, I didn't pull anything over 570, even doing LME work for that event. So I really want to do mostly deficit pulls. I'll occasionally do a chain or a band or something else. I want to do a lot of deficit work. It's hard to set up a lot of different heights. I mean, I could stack plates on pads, get different setups, but I really like the 1 inch and the 2.5 inch. So I'm just going to rotate bars. So even if I want to do those, I can do a stiff bar and I can do a deadlift bar. With each deficit, that's a different strength curve. So that one was with that bar. It obviously wasn't a max. It was easy. And I think just over 4-week rotations, I'm just going to rotate the 2 bars and the 2 deficits. Gives me 4 different pulls. That's fine for now. And if I keep them conservative like that, I'm just going to ramp them up every time I do one, and we'll see where we can get. I mean, I'd love to be pulling 600 off of a deficit of some type before Worlds. Put me in a good spot. And I feel like the way the posterior chain training and the weak point training is going, that's going to do it. I feel like my deadlift suffered by me not pushing the reverse hypers like I used to. So we're doing that hard now, and I am seeing the carryover even on the deficit work. All right, the first set of these were really hard today, and I'm like, oh my God, this is the new weight I put on last time. But the final sets weren't that bad. Once I got into the groove, it was good. I don't need to keep pushing these super hard. Like I said, if I can add just a little bit to this, these work sets are challenging enough that it's pretty much PR territory for me with this machine. So as long as I can get any progression on it over the next few months, I think I'm in a good place. Should be bringing up my squats, and I think we saw that pretty much today, even with that cambered bar. The cambered bar is a little harder. Some people are not aware of that. The issue of why I was so strong on it before, I was really high. Like I was weighing more and my squats were high. And I really wanted to do good mornings. I had that bar loaded up. I was so tempted to do good mornings, but I'm like, I don't need them right now. If I push the glute ham raises and the reverse hyper super hard and all the upper back work I'm doing, I don't think I need good mornings right now. I don't need the recovery hit because I get so strong on them. Like at one point with that bar, I was doing 390 for 10. I've done 555 for a single off that bar. We kind of come over to, is it beating me up on the axial loading side? I don't need to load heavy outside of the LME work. I need to be thinking in terms of, can I do a ton of volume and recover from it? So we start looking at the posterior chain. I'm doing 10 hard sets of glute ham raises and reverse hypers every week. That's not counting all the speed work. And then, of course, the belt squats hit the glutes for another 10 sets every week. We're in that high set territory with this stuff. This is a lot of hypertrophy, right? Not even counting these belt squats towards any of the posterior chain. Talking 20 sets a week right now between those other two movements. And they're challenging sets. And then a few reps of failure. So where are we at there? I mean, that's bringing the deadlift and stuff back up. And that's where I need to put my focus for now. I'm not saying I'm not going to do any good mornings again ever, because I think at a certain point I'll benefit from them. But I'm really trying to ride this recovery curve. And I'm sleeping like 9 or 10 hours a day again right now. Plus all the weighted walking and stuff. So, I'm at a point with it where I do need to watch that recovery. And I feel like I can get everything I need out of these. It's working. Don't disrupt it. If I need good mornings later, I'll work them back in. And they can be nice to break things up due to overuse and stuff. I may run them for a couple of weeks coming up, but I'll have to pull something else out. So if I do the good mornings, like the glute ham raises will probably have to come out. They'll probably have to come out those days. And that's okay. Again, we can avoid overuse. We're hitting a different stimulus. But these went well today. I got my 4 sets of 10. And then I got like 12 on the last set. I was able to squeeze a couple more for the 5th set. So, and they felt fairly hard. I felt like I only had a couple reps in reserve at the end of each of these. Well, the first set felt easy. But like the third set felt hard. Like I felt like I only had another rep or two. But then I kept pushing it and I got to that last set. We got 12. So these are doing pretty good right now. And again, I don't need to push these super hard. I just need challenging sets because they'll make me cramp. My hamstrings cramp up. But they're mainly to maintain hamstring injury prevention, keeping that hamstring development I have, and then using other stuff to push it up, such as, again, keep pushing the reverse hypers, which were fairly easy this week. I got like 13 reps on the last set. I bumped the weight. So we're going to be at 500 real quick, and then I got to figure out what I'm going to do. It gets hard to load plates on past that. Like, I need more skinny plates. Because even if I take all my calibrated plates, that's only 450 pounds. Put the 25s on. See where I'm going? That's 500 there. I can do it that way. And then I don't have any other skinny plates when I'm going to put 10s on. So I've got to use the 55 some. And I think it's at a point where that's all I can squeeze on there. I mean, I could squeeze on 560. Now, I could also say, look, if I'm repping out 560, what's my deadlift? If I can do them strict. Good point. But I would like to be able to progress on it. I think once I get moved, I don't want to buy more plates right now because I'm already going to pay movers when I move later this year. It's just going to add to my cost. And I don't need them. So I think I'll buy more skinny plates once I'm moved and I have a garage gym. I think that's probably going to be the plan. So, which I also thought was silly. People always ask about my personal life, which is weird. It's really weird, guys. You're kind of weird. But I'm not moving this stuff myself, guys. I'm going to be coming back from Worlds. I'm going to pay movers to do it. That is the perk of the coaching business being where it is. Right? Drop a couple grand for movers and let them just move everything. I'm going to have to disassemble the machines myself, probably, in the rack. But outside of that, I don't want to move anything. Let other people do it. And it can all be done. Like, it's less work anyways. You just pay a group of movers in a truck, and they just load all your stuff and take it in one go. So that's pretty much going to be my game plan. I'm going to have a place before Worlds. I'm just not going to move until then. I don't want to disrupt my training. That is literally the only reason I haven't moved this summer already. That is the only thing stopping me. That's it. I just don't want to disrupt my training going into Worlds. So these went good though. 420, 5 sets of 10, and then, well, 13 on the last set. So everything got plus reps today at the end. Everything got plus reps. The training maxes all looked real life. They all looked like openers, which is what we mostly want to see. So the training's on point. Again, I'll have to watch body weight closely from this point to make my water cut. So I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.